Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2025 BMW X7. This is the M60i. It's finished off in black sapphire metallic. MSRP is just shy of $120,000. We have the driver assistance, the executive package, climate, M Sport Pro package as well. So this is very well equipped for this three-row SUV. Now underneath the hood, this is powered by the 4.4 liter twin turbo V8. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic, pumping out 523 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque. That is sent through the xDrive all-wheel drive system, propelling this nearly 6,000 pound SUV from 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, and it has a top speed of 155 miles an hour. Now, as far as the exterior styling goes, for this model, this has a matte black surround for this grille with gloss black for everything else. There's also active grille shutters that will open, forward-facing camera with all of these sensors. Adaptive cruise control is the sensor in the lower section there. And then this also has the split design for the headlights, high beams, turn signals, and DRLs. There's plenty of cutouts in that lower bumper as well, giving it some really nice accents, and then the lines that run down the hood. Now this model also has a set of 22-inch wheels finished off in gloss black. This has the blue M Sport brake calipers. It also has the adaptive suspension, so you can raise and lower this. If you need a little bit more ground clearance, it will also auto level if you have any trailers hooked up to it. Now this has power folding side mirrors with the turn signal and the camera. Full moonroof up top with gloss black on the roof racks. It's also surrounding the window trim too. And I think it looks very good for being a three-row SUV. It's stretched, but it has some nice proportions to it. Now this has a body colored spoiler, third brake light, wiper blade. There's the backup camera, all of the sensors in the lower section, LED taillights, and that quad tip dual exhaust. Now if you do opt for the hitch, this can tow right around 7,500 pounds. It also has remote start with the key fob. You can use the key fob to open up the liftgate, or you can use that button up underneath. Now the X7 has the split tailgate to it, so you can actually program this to open both at the same time, or you can do them individually, and you can also lower the rear end of this vehicle. So if you need a lower load height, or you just want this lower to sit on, you can do that. And we have all of the automatic controls for the second and third row. You have max people, max storage, and then the individual seats in order to further adjust those. There's also plenty of storage underneath the floor, so if you have people in the third row, you still have plenty of usable space, and then you can use those controls depending on what you need to with storage or people. And then you can close up the rear end very easily. You can even lock the vehicle too. And then you can also use this door handle to unlock the vehicle if you have it programmed correctly. This has a power adjusting sunshade there, along with the rest of the controls for that. There's the window adjustment, you have some wood trim, ambient lighting, and then the two-tone leather. And then let's work our way to the third row now, where both of these seats will start to move forwards, allowing you a little bit more space. Once the front seat is done, then the second seat can adjust, allowing you to hop into the third row here. Now at 5'10", it's not bad. You do have some other adjustments that you can use to move the seats. Cup holder, armrest, more ambient lighting. These are even heated, and you have all of your climates to be nice and comfortable. Alcantara for the entire headliner, and I have about an inch or so of headspace. So honestly, I could ride around in the third row if I needed to. Now, once you put that backrest in the upright position, these seats are going to start moving backwards to where they originally were. Now, you also have an area where you can place a tablet and charge it. You have storage, heated seats, all of your climate adjustments, vents, storage, cup holders, and some more auxiliaries. And I have 3 inches or so of headroom above my head. We have the full moonroof, more of the Alcantara. So obviously more space for your second row. And with the captain's chairs, you can get nice and comfortable. Now the front seats, these door panels here, have a great design to them, just like the rear. You have your window adjustments. You can even control the front passenger seat by using the driver's seat controls if you need to make those adjustments, and you can adjust some of the rear seats there too. M60i is an illuminating badge, and let's start this up. We have the crystal options, which is great to see. Full leather for the steering wheel. There's paddle shifters, as well as your cruise and adaptive cruise control. On the right side, there's volume and tuning, Bluetooth, and then you can go through all of the content for the digital gauge cluster. So you can scroll through all this, including the augmented reality. You have the forward-facing camera there. You can also adjust the layout too, depending on how you'd like to view this. And the last one is for the head-up display. So you can go through that as needed. Now there's storage on this left side. There's also headlight adjustments. And then you have a lot more to scroll through with this screen. You have all these apps for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, climates, you name it, you can go through it and quickly get to it. There's also your climates. You can get into your heated and ventilated seats along with your heated steering wheel and your temperatures. And then you have nav and your music. So it's pretty easy to go through. There's air vents underneath that, power and volume as well as tuning. And then there's wireless charging, heated and cooled cup holders, and then some auxiliaries there. You can also use these to further go through that infotainment system, so you don't have to use it as a touchscreen system. There's traction control, parking sensors. If we put this into reverse now, you have a lot of angles with that 360 view. So just depending on what you need to see. There's drive and sport mode. So that allows you to use the paddles, and then park is located on the back. And then you also have a few different driving modes depending on the throttle input that you would like. There's downhill assist, auto hold, e-brake, and then this is the adjustment for the suspension. You have plenty of armrest, room in the armrest, as well as the glove box. Garage door buttons up top, and then your dome lights and controls for that sunroof and sunshade. And then you have quite a lot of visibility over both shoulders for this large 3-row SUV. And from second gear, here we go. Hopefully you can hear that exhaust. Again, not crazy loud, but it has a good tone to it. Now for the driving experience for this 24 X7, like I've already covered, it is so nice to drive. It's so comfortable. I love the support of these seats. You can get them in a good spot. We also have a lot of controls to go through, but it's not complicated. It's very easy to use the info that is available. And that's another thing that I like with these BMWs. You have what looks to be a fancy screen without all that extra fancy info that you don't necessarily want. For me, I like the look of it and I like the simplicity, but you still get some good information that you can easily go through. So it's a good blend of everything. And for 120 grand, this is what you would expect. We have all of the bells and whistles for this sporty SUV. And as far as turning radius goes, it's a big vehicle. So, you know, parking lot situations, things like that, we dipped a little bit there. It's not all that bad. It's a little bit shorter than some other full-size 3 rows. I think just with that space that's behind the 3rd row. So it is a little bit smaller, not significantly, but it feels like it has a smaller footprint. It's not very large from the driver's seat, so I can see the back end of it very well through all my mirrors and everything. I will say, I think maybe one other downside to this is that there's no digital camera in the rear view. A lot of vehicles are coming with that. A lot of vehicles that are even half the price of this are coming with that too. So maybe BMW can incorporate that into its mirror at some point. I think it's just a trend that's slowly trickling into different manufacturers and things like that. And I've been in sport mode the entire time. If we go into eco now, this is basically just going to modulate the throttle response a little bit more. So that way you can save a little bit on some gas possibly, but it will change the ride a little bit with that adaptive suspension, which you can raise and lower again, which is nice to see. That really makes this vehicle be enjoyable to ride. And the space in it is great too. You can have this packed full of people or full of storage. And you really have a good all-around blend for this performance SUV. So I think that is going to wrap it up for the 2024 BMW X7 M60i. Once again, a huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake. Check out their website. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And make sure you smash that subscribe button so you guys can stay tuned with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.